This is a case for New Hampshire secession. Yeah, seceding from the Union peacefully and with the expectation that everyone does better separately. The Union has become abusive of successful people. New Hampshire is the most successful state in the east of the Appalachians. We in New Hampshire are giving away far more money to the feds than we get back. Now, that may not be enough to justify seceding, but it should rile people up to at least say, we are not going to pay the unconstitutional portions of the federal income tax. We don't need them. You don't have the right in the first place. We're withholding all portions of our federal taxes except for what is constitutionally permitted. That's for defense, that's for courts, maybe for immigration prevention or facilitation, a few other things like patents, protecting the radio spectrum, the postal service. It's not more than 40% of the budget. And we're spending 60% and getting not enough in return. A state that peaceably secedes can still have total commerce with the U.S. that surrounds it. It can still enlist the Defense Department in the U.S. by paying its fair share for the same kind of protection. Now, I'm not convinced that New Hampshire needs the protection of the federal government. We have a darn good naval shipyard. We have a high percentage of veterans, young and old, capable of bearing arms once again if we were attacked by a foreign nation. So it's a realistic proposition. Now, as the Declaration of Independence says, it would take a long, sustained train of abuses to be in the position to secede. And we should try hard to not make that come about. My method for trying hard is to at least threaten that secession might be a reality, and that the federal government ought to balance things out, reduce everyone's tax rolls, but especially those of us paying more than we get back. Now, the federal government might go a little further because this is what truly irks New Hampshire residents. It's the spread of command and control, regulating our life, not just taxing, but keeping people from growing their business, keeping people from using their property the way they intend, forcing on school children certain common core systems and other values that parents do not want to buy into. These non-financial federal commands are really what jeopardize the New Hampshire way of life, the American way of life, as practiced in New Hampshire, and what we hope will continue peaceably being practiced. The threat of secession by any successful state could rile up other successful states. All of New England, realistically, could be a seceding group. We all six pay in more than we get back. We all six states have resilience, have the ability to hang in there on our own, and it's worth a consideration to let the world know that we are not going to be taken for granted.